So I'm cutting this bit out here. What it's done is leaked down here again and delaminated the two layers. That's why it's rusting from inside out. So I'm going to cut about there, down there and down there, and just take that piece out and replace it. So I'm going to take the door off so I can get into it a bit better, just better access really. So I've removed a pin from a door strap. That's just to stop it, you know, opening too far. Then there's just four 13mm bolts. Undo them and the door's off. So you can see here where the outside layer folds round here and then it goes onto this. So there's a little right angle coming off here, and then the other layer, so that's going sort of like that, and then the other layer folds round it, and it's just, so what it does is leaks down the side of this first layer and just water ingress, and just ever so slightly, and then it gets trapped down here and starts to rust from inside and just delaminate it. So this isn't too bad here. The rest of it's all solid. So I'm just going to cut that little bit there. Just nice, easy repair. Yeah, on to the next. So I'm going to clean round here first. Just check that there's nothing underlying, which I don't think there is, but you know, it can always be full of filler or something like that. So just clean round here, and then I can mark where I'm going to cut out, where it starts to delaminate. Just give it, you know, a good section for solid. Yeah, and just clean it up, cut it out, and then make the new piece, put that in, and then just slowly tack it all the way around and just keep going round. So on further inspection, when I've ground it back, I'm just feeling it, it's delaminating. You can feel a slight bulge here, so I know that it's going to be behind, it's going to have started delaminating. So I was expecting to cut here, but I'll just go that little bit further, cut there and then up and round, and that should be plenty enough. So I don't know whether you'll see this on the camera, but the pressure of it delaminating it, when I've cut it all out, it's actually pulled away there, so that, you know, there's a ledge there because there's pressure behind it because it's rusted. So that fold there comes to about here, the 90 degree. So I cut in just straight in there, went past the fold, and then I know anything past that fold is going to be fine. It'll just be surface rust on the back, if anything. So these panels, when they're put on, they're just sort of hooked on and then spot welded all the way down the back. So with quite a lot of spot welds, you can just chisel them and they'll break, and then just clean it up after. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm just going to try and chisel it off, because it'll only have like 2, maybe 3 spot welds there. So you can see where it's just gone in between the 2 layers, just gone down and just separated them really, that's all it is. So this is actually solid on the inside layer, which usually they are. I've only had 1 or 2 that have been completely rotten and I've had to replace the inside layer, but yeah, so I'll clean that up and then just remake the layer. But you can see it only had one spot weld, which was there, which is something and nothing on the back.
So Billy, when I looked at that when you were doing it, it seemed to me excessive work for, you know, as an amateur, for the little bit of hole that I saw.
Yeah.
But now looking at it, you've done that because if you'd have just mended that little bit there from the outside, what you're saying is the problem would have.
Yeah,
you've got to sort the problem from inside. Yeah. So basically, I thought, oh my God, why is he taking so much off for such a little bit? But that you've shown now.
I could feel it had started delaminating down here. So this is lasting me quite a while for £40, and I've done the 10-day challenge LT. That took quite a lot of it, and then I've done quite a lot of work on the Cummins one, and other little jobs, about some on this. Yeah, so it's definitely worth it for £40, but just a bit harder making the panels instead of buying them, but I enjoy doing that. So yeah, all I'll do, measure the lip there, how much is folded over, and then pretty much just mark round, well, flatten it out, mark round how much I want, add the lip on, and then I can just fold the edge, and then it should be just like that. It should just slot straight on, and then just weld round.
So for the 10-day challenge, you made all your panels, not just pieces to repair in, you made every panel. So what you're saying is, with a limited amount of practice, a piece of sheet metal worth £40, costing £40, just about everybody's capable of making their own panels. Yeah,
well, with LTs and quite a lot of other Volkswagens of that sort of age, they are square pretty much, so they are quite easy to start work on. So
you say it's a good starter vehicle for anybody who wanting?
Yeah, it's definitely, because all the problems seem the same rust-wise, and it's quite serious.
Wanting to start off bodywork that's never done anything before, you would recommend an LT, because well, you'd recommend an LT for anything, going shopping in or anything, but you'd recommend an LT as a starter vehicle.
Yeah, it's just something, because they are simple, they're just sort of straight panels. It is very hard to get a straight panel straight, but you know, there's nothing too complicated, there's not curves and everything. So yeah,
and they all seem to rot in the same place?
Yeah,
or similar
they
places?
all seem to have very similar places on the bottom corners, round the screen, and then the screen just follows down the front wings and does it at the bottom. The panel vans, pretty much the same, they just start at the bottoms and just carry along. And then chassis, that's again, but that's going up to it. Well, that's not really bodywork, is it? But it's going a lot thicker gauge.
Well, it's it's the body of the vehicle,
isn't it? It's a damn sight easier to do. Yeah. But the chassis just go sort of, usually, any experience I've had is in between the spring hangers. They put a second layer in, and it just delaminates. So that's pretty much the problem, is the delaminating. So all I'm doing here, I know that's going to be a straight, it looks slightly curved, it is a bit bent, but I know that's going to be a straight edge. So just mark along there, down there, and across there. So you can see I've left my little lip, and it will, when you fold it, it'll take a little bit up. So I've given a bit extra, and yeah, that's it. It looks like rust. It's only surface rust, just got a bit damp as that.
Well, you'll grind that off, will you?
Yeah, that'll clean off. So I'll just cut it now, and then I'll clean it up, and then fold it, and then put it on. Just where I want to fold it, same distance, so that'll be like that, and that's a little lip there, except it's there, so it slightly widens at the bottom. And then just this folder, it's really good actually, because it can fold all the way around. It can fold a lip like that, and anything up to that it can, you know, just fold slightly, right angles, whatever. So just put it in there, up to the mark there, and then just round like that. So that, if you wanted a right angle, there you go. Put in a little bit more, like that. So like that. It doesn't quite get it 100% flat like that, but I can just tap that down. So that just slots in there, and then all I'll do is just tack all the way around, because the welder's putting heat into it, so you want to just do a tack and then leave that and just move like an inch along, do another tack, and just keep going like that till you get to the bottom. Then you can come round again, tack next to that one. Otherwise, if you went and tried to do a full weld, well, one, it'd probably melt through, and two, when it cools back down again, all the metal would be distorted. So I've just tightened that gap up a bit, so I'll tap it on behind the seal, then it's a nice tight fit. So I've put this piece in now, and because of the fold it has gone in slightly, so all I'll do is just pull it out a little bit, tack it on that edge, so that's flush now. So I'll tack it on that edge there, and just keep doing that. First of all, get it into the right place. I don't want to push it in, because then it will make like a little V. I just want it smooth. That's a plate welded on, and I've ground it down. I'm just going to sand around here with a DA, and then put just a slight skim of filler in, and yeah, finish that off, and it'll be ready to prime. So if you haven't got a folder like this, and maybe if you can't, I couldn't afford that, they're pretty expensive usually. This is the way I did it before, because if you try and fold it in the vise like that, you'll fold them edges, and then the little bits at the end will sort of want to stay straight. So what you do is just 2 bits of angle iron, good solidish, and then just put it in. Just going to bend it anywhere, just so you've got the idea, like that. And then I just work back and forth instead of just going all at once. There. It's a nice bend, but you can do sort of anything up to a right angle. You can't go further than that really. So so filler time, yeah. Filler time. So a bit of U-Pole Fantastic body filler. It's really good stuff for me. I get it from an auto body shop. £18 a tin, yeah, all good. And then just a bit of card, dependent on which side you mix, because well, that's got a shiny side on. If you mix on this side, it can absorb some of the oil, so you'll find your well, I think it's oil based. You'll find it'll absorb into the card, and then your filler will get like harder, while it'll be a lot firmer.
Billy's top tip.
My top tip, especially if you're doing like a small bit, it'll, you know, just a little bit of filler, it'll get absorbed into the card. You'll see part of it.
So why are you using it? Why are you doing it then?
I'm doing that
All
side.
right, okay. Okay, that was, you were doing
yeah.
that top tip before,
Oh,
right?
that was
Okay.
a top tip,
Top
yeah.
tip,
So
right.
try and get a shiny piece of card, and then it won't absorb. See the shiny piece? Won't absorb all the, I think it is oil, the base of it. So just.
So what grade tape are you using there, Billy?
This is 80. So, yeah, there we go.
Happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it did actually, like I said, pulled itself in a little bit, but that's what the filler's there for, just a slight, just really thin skim there, just to take the little bits on the weld up, and yeah, repaired, done.